There is literally nothing more satisfying. I mean, there is, but flicking this open, the sound is, and it looks good, which is half the reason I have this. Function is secondary. Looking good, primary. What's up, everybody? Peter McKinnon here. Welcome back to yet another video, and it's my birthday today, Monday, October 28th. It is the day of my birth. If you want to go ahead and say happy birthday to me in the comments, I would love that. Hit the like button, extra birthday likes. I'm all about it. Thank you so much to everybody that watched the recent film that we put out on Wednesday last week called The Mountains Won't Remember Me. So much incredible feedback. Really just blown away. We had a whole team working on it, so to everyone that helped, Kirk, my editor, Max, helps DP stuff, Holiday, who manages my life, supplies leaves when I need them, to you guys, thank you so much. Wouldn't have been able to do it without you. Moving on, if you haven't seen that, by the way, pause, go watch that, come back to this. This video I've been wanting to make for a little while because I get asked a lot of questions when I go to these different events and speak and talk to other people who are looking to start a channel or just kind of step up the video game a little bit. 5 things I wish I knew when I started a YouTube channel. Point number 1 is basically the metrics. Don't obsess over the numbers. I literally obsessed over the numbers every single day. I would refresh stats, no exaggeration, like 15 plus times a day. I couldn't go to bed until I knew what the day ended at numbers wise. How many subscribers did I get today? How many views was I at? Like, it was exhausting. It's just such a fast way to burn out, and then you're creating for the wrong reasons. You're just creating for the numbers versus creating things because you're a creator and you want to make something. Don't look at everything. One of my YouTube partner managers told me this once. Don't look at everything on such a granular level. That's not gonna help you. Looking at them once a week, a couple times a month to see where you're at, what people like, what went well, what didn't go well, that's fine, but don't obsess over it. Don't let those stats guide the content. It's a lot easier said than done. Take it from me. I just try to focus on making things that make me happy. Bam. Point number 2, doing it for the right reasons. So a lot of the friends that I have that started YouTube channels didn't start them to become YouTubers. They didn't say, hey, I want to make a living doing this. I want to make AdSense and I want brand deals and I just want to be an influencer. Anyone will tell you who's successful on this platform, we almost all hate being called influencers. It's just a cringy word. You see that on a t-shirt, influencer. It's like, no, take that off. No, I'm not gonna speak for everybody. I just wanted a place to put my videos. And I used to upload to Vimeo actually all the time. And my buddy was like, well, if you actually want people to see your videos, then you'll put them on YouTube. So that's one of the reasons I started posting here, but it wasn't to try and make a living or make money. Now the channel did start making money, which made me realize, oh, okay, there's some potential here. And then I started making more. And then I thought, well, man, I could literally make this a job. I could just put everything I have into this and it's gonna be a bit of a leap. Got to take a chance on this, but I did. It just kind of manifested on its own. I didn't set off thinking, I want to make money and I want to be a YouTuber. Tomorrow I'm starting a channel and I'm going to do all of the things that everyone does and I'll be successful. And maybe that might work for some people, but for the most part, I think having the right intention, having the right goal, having the right reasons to start a channel will already make you more successful than just starting it because it's something people do. I think if you put your art first and your message first, the other things will follow if those things are like pure and true and they're transparent. That's point number 2, doing it for the right reasons. Okay, point number 3 is thinking that you need a massive setup. A big production setup, a studio, an office, a huge team, any of that stuff. You'll notice that just about every YouTuber starts or still is in their bedroom or some sort of room in their house. It's the basement, it's the garage, it's the shed out back. That's where I started, the spare bedroom of our home, and made it into a set. And it only expanded once the business, because this turns into a business eventually if you're serious enough about it, and then that expands and then you need somewhere for that to go. But you don't have to start there. A lot of the misconception is like, all right, I'm gonna start a channel, so what do I need? I need big lights, I need big mics, I need fancy cameras, I need a backdrop, I gotta spend tons of money on that. I need the YouTube pillow. Do we have the YouTube play button pillow? I need that. I can't have a channel without that. Everyone has that pillow. You really just need, like at the very core of it, you just need something to record yourself, to record your message, to record your story. And bit by bit, you can improve on that. But I think a lot of people don't start because they're waiting either to save up for like the massive office or the huge studio, or people don't start at all because they're just intimidated to get into the whole buying of all of this stuff, so they just put it off. I remember a lot of these videos that I was making when I first started, like, yes, now I'm using big lights, big cameras, microphones, soundproofing, I'm in an office, I'm everything that I just told you not to worry about. But it's taken 4 years of making videos every single week to get to this point. When I first started, those videos still did well, they were still seen. This was me making like my first what's in your camera bag video. What the heck was I even thinking? Like a half-framed picture behind me, that super weird color grade. Like the microphone was a good 10 feet from my mouth. Like I didn't even know that I was facing a window. That was cool, that was smart. But I was like 20 feet from the window, so it was barely even lighting me. It's bad. It was bad by my standards now. It's just terrible, horrific even. It's bad, but back then, it was great. It's all I had. And people still watched it. It still got tons of views. It still made me get to the next video that I posted that then made me get to the next video that I posted. And I was just sitting at my desk in a spare office with nothing on the walls behind me. I had no background. That was just actually where I sat and did computer work in my spare bedroom. So that's point number 3, which was the setup. Hopefully that helped. Gives you a little direction. One Direction. That's a band, right? Before we go any further, I gotta thank our sponsor for this episode, which is Squarespace. And if you need a website, if you need to sell things, if you need an online presence, Squarespace, it's your only option. That's where you wanna go, for sure. I've been using them since I was this big. I've been using them for my portfolio, to send clients to look at my photos, to sell prints online. They've got award-winning templates. They've got 24/7 customer service. It's an all-in-one platform, so you don't need to know anything about web design at all. Like you need to be able to like use your fingers. You need fine motor skills. And that's all you need to have a banger of a website. So save yourself 10% off on your first purchase using code McKinnon at checkout. That'll get your little money shaved off there when you check out. Bam, you're welcome. And on top of that, why am I wearing this, dude? This is so hot. Ugh. Ugh. Did he already do the ad? He did it? I've been texting him to do it all day. You said he wasn't gonna, he was busy. And then he just comes here and he does it without me? Come on! Ah! I had such a great ad read planned. No, I'm telling you, award-winning. Yeah, like the templates. And the dude just comes in, he does it. Titles and thumbnails. There is so much to learn about titles and thumbnails. There's so many videos, I was gonna say literature, but there's a lot of online content with regards to picking the right title, picking the right thumbnail, and I can be honest in saying I've not watched a single piece of content on that subject. I've just learned, sometimes the hard way, sometimes because it works, that the title and thumbnail, unfortunately with the landscape of YouTube and how this works and algorithms and people clicking on things, the title and thumbnail are everything. If you don't have a compelling title that goes with the compelling thumbnail, if they're not both high caliber and work together to create magic, your video is just not gonna get viewed as much. There is no rhyme or reason, it's kind of just everyone's opinion. I'm gonna take more of like the blanket statement approach to this and just tell you it's important. Sometimes I spend more time on the title and thumbnail than I do even making the entire video. We'll have a video done and then I'll hum and ha over a title and thumbnail for a day and a half, and I still won't like it, and I'll post it, then I'll change it again. It's gotta hook people, but it's gotta be honest. You know, YouTube really relies on baiting people into clicking on something, but then if it's too strong clickbait and it's not what it appears to be, then you know, you're gonna lose trust from your audience and it just diminishes the value of your content, so that it can hurt you, it can help you. It's a very interesting thing that you kind of just have to try out on your own. It's a lot of trial and error. A good looking thumbnail too also just conveys that you care, that you're trying, actually thinking about the thumbnail before you start, even if you have to take a screen grab because that's all you have, but at least plan it out so you know which one is going to perform the best for you. Because this is a very massive topic that probably has so many different answers that are all probably right. It's anyone's game, but it is a game that you do need to put effort into. So titles and thumbnails are very important. Remember that. Number 5 is don't go asking for shout outs for collaborations, for handouts? Most of the time, the answer is going to be no. Cody Warner, dear friend of mine, just put up a tweet that kind of explains this. Those shoutouts, those collabs will come when the people that you want to collab with see that you've put in the work. Now, let's use Cody as an example. There are tons of people that tag me on Twitter and ask for shoutouts and ask for collabs and email me all the time. And where I don't think that's the right approach, let's look at Cody's situation. He was putting out content that I liked. I saw something that was retweeted and I ended up clicking on one of his videos and it made me laugh and I liked what I saw. So I started watching just in the background. I watched his videos for several weeks to the point where I thought, I like this guy. I want to feature him on my channel because he just seems awesome. I want to give him some more exposure. So I reached out to him and said, dude, come to Toronto. I want to make a video with you. It happened. We did that. We're good friends now. But Cody went about it the right way. He didn't come knocking. He didn't come tweeting DMs. He didn't send a raven. Okay, he just kept doing what he loved the best that he could, hoping that like, if I put in the work, it's going to come full circle. And it did. And that's how it works for a lot of creators. Now, does that mean I can just never ask someone if I want to collab? And like, no, that's not the case. It's just my advice. Sarah Dici says like, find someone who's got kind of the same subscriber count or level as your channel. That would work too. I just think don't go asking for handouts, for freebies, because it's only probably going to rub whatever creator you're looking for the wrong way. Show them why you're different and why you're worth working with. That's the advice. Should we do a bonus? Let's do a bonus. Sort of contradicts with one of my earlier tips, which is like, you don't need a big setup to get started, and you don't. And people will still watch your videos, even if you don't have a mega studio or a mega office with tons of fancy lights. But you do need some very basics. You need good light. You need good audio. Without those things, it's very hard for people to watch and consume that content. You can get good light by facing a window. You can get good audio by making sure that mic is nice and close to your mouth. Those things will work for you, but you gotta make sure that you're putting some effort into those, because without good audio, no one wants to watch. And without really good light or some kind of nice composition, it's hard for people to watch and it distracts them. You wanna make sure you put some effort into it. And a lot of people might say, well, Pete, I'm not a filmmaker. I don't do this. Well, guess what? If you're starting a channel, welcome to the club. You're a filmmaker. So get on board, get used to it, and start looking into it, because these are things that need to happen. You're in the game now. May as well put forth your best effort. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. I hope some of those points help. If you've been thinking about starting a channel, you've been on the fence about it, or you just did, or maybe you're like 6 months in, that is some of the advice I could give you. If you and I were sitting down at a table tomorrow and you were like, Pete, give me some tips for my channel, this would be the conversation that we just had one-on-one. So I hope you get some value from it. That is all I got for you today. Again, thank you so much for the birthday wishes in the comments. Am I being too forceful for that? And thank you so much for watching that film that we made last week. It really means a lot to us. We worked very hard. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it at the end of this video. Please do us a favor, go check it out. Hit that like button if you like this video. Smash it, that's something that you're into. 2019 style. Subscribe if you aren't already. And I will see you in the next video. See ya. Maddie left these markers on the table. Hear that dog barking? Does that dog even know what's going on up here? We're trying to mold the minds of young creatives, young and old creatives around the world, dude. I don't know what I'm doing right now. That dog being so disrespectful, just barking like an animal. Unbelievable. I can't even. How do you just sit there and listen to me be so ridiculous? I never write anything down. It just makes this whole process so much longer. Maddie's like, write it all down. I'm like, why? If I'm gonna write it all down, I may as well be a blogger. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little, like it's literally been 7 minutes of nothing. Can you format the card?
No.
You have to.
No.
I can do all this stuff again.
No.
I knew you'd be.